missing it. These niggas, they missing it. Stop with that renting shit. Go to the dealership, Tyler been getting it.
What's going on, everybody? We're here with Good Intent.
What's good?
What's going on, man? Appreciate you, coming out.
Thank you for having me. I do appreciate that, man. Like, just seeing that people are taking interest in my work, like, means a lot to me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, most definitely, man. So, I guess we just start from the top with your name, Good Intent. Where did you get that name, or did someone give it to you, or?
So, like, Good Intent, I came up with that on my own. Like, I was like 13. I've been making music since I was 11 around.
Okay.
And when I started releasing music online, I think a lot in my music, even prior to me singing or going and doing what I do like now, like before all this, like I was always like in my music, I kind of want to like push this envelope about like the human condition, about wanting to be the best for the world, about like, I have this, like dealing with my demons, dealing with, having good intent in a world where people are just so bad. Like, it's wild. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. Like, it's so much to say, but when I was young, I was just very invested in that. I kind of, I was like, shoot, good intent, that sounds fire. You know what I mean? Like,
it works. It sounds good on the beat.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I didn't even expect. This was before any tag was created, before any note was sang. Like, it was just something good intent. Yeah.
So you say you started around 11. What got you into, at such a young age and got you into music?
So my father was a musician.
Okay.
When he was, well, he still is a musician. Don't get me wrong, but he was very like, he put me on the sticks when I was young. Like, I was invested in producing at a young age because my dad was producing, and my dad was a singer also. So I also took after that from him. Everything that my father had done, I just kind of followed along in his footsteps. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I just really took an interest specifically in music because of its subjectiveness and how like open it is. Like, I can go and take the best or my favorite elements from any genre, right? And just go and put it all in a melting pot, and that's like my swag. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you're really able to create your own swag, your own sound, like just off of like pulling the best from a lot of different sources. You know what I mean? So I always thought that was like the coolest thing. I was like, yo, like I can just, Yeah,
that makes sense.
Just go and make my own swag,
So yeah, I was going to mention that your music is I guess a mix up or a melting pot of a lot of different genres. Who are some of your musical influences, and also like what instruments do you play?
So I'm actually classically trained in piano. Okay. But I'm not really like, I'm not fire like that. Like, because honestly I didn't practice as much as I should have. But I was always really I went to Duke Ellington School of the Arts. Okay. And they were teaching me piano, but I was always like, this is garbo, I don't fuck with this. But I really did like music theory, and I really feel as if I excelled in music theory. Like, even I took like AP music theory, passed like doing super well. But well, also like at that point when I was taking like AP music theory, I was like stopped caring about school. So I was like not doing work, but I was still like excelling because like music theory is just my jam. Like, that's just my thing.
Okay. Yeah.
So I really apply all my music theory to what I do, to all my music, but also still there's still like this childlike, playful like creativity, that I'm not trying to follow the rules, so it's kind of a mix of both that. It's really a balance of both things. You get a little bit of this strict rule set that music theory gives you, and then this openness to kind of, explore sounds. So, my biggest influences, man, so I have weird influences. Like, I would say my biggest influence in this shit is goes by the name of Soichi Terada. Okay. He's a Japanese composer, and he actually composed well, he's notably known for being the composer of the Ape Escape series.
Okay.
That was on PlayStation.
Yeah. Okay.
And he just like I played so much Ape Escape when I was younger, always listening to the music, and like I still listen. Like I have they have the soundtracks on Spotify. Like I jam. Like I've sampled some jumps from Soichi Terada for like songs that I do for these guys. You know, like people don't even understand like the whole swag. Like kind of like when I make these beats that are kind of for like the hood rappers and stuff. Like they don't even get this. Understand the swags like all the way from Japan. Like it's crazy. Even like another one of my big influences is Tofu Beats, who's also another Japanese composer, but he's a bit more like, you know, he wasn't doing like video game soundtracks or nothing, but he kind of like inspired me to like, honestly, like there was a little bit of inspiration to sing from him because I saw him initially producing. There was inspiration to sing. I used to make club music too. I honestly, this is embarrassing to say, and I can't.
Like EDM type.
Not even. Well, it's electronic dance music. But are you familiar with like in New Jersey, they got like Jersey club music. Yeah. And in Baltimore, they have Baltimore club music. Like I used to make that type of music, and like I was saying, like this is kind of. Yeah, well, I'm gonna get you hip. Like I'm gonna get you hip to the whole swag. Like.
All right.
I'm embarrassed to say like I knew more about club music in Jersey than I knew about go-go in DC. Yeah. Like just off of like, you know, not being hip, like like just that's how it goes sometimes, you know. But I was really into club music. That really inspired me. What happened with club music is I just felt like, and there's still a lot of club influence in my music. Like after this interview's done, like if you want to hear some unreleased music, like there's mad club influence. Definitely. Mad club influence in my music. Are you familiar with Kilo Letitia?
Yeah, I am.
So me and Kilo actually have a ton of tracks coming that are like have that club bounce, that boom 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 boom, right? Like we do like, you know, I still do it, but I don't really do it unless it's like really, it's unique. Because the thing is, like, the sound became very, like, oversaturated, and also there's just a lot of, like, dorks kind of trying to play their hand in the shit, and I was just like, you know, this is cool, and it was cool when I was just kicking it with, like, because I used to, like, just kick it with, like, not kick it, because I actually I never even really, like, I've been to New Jersey, but I was never really, like, there. Like, I was just, like, on Facebook messaging, like, a ton of Jersey cats, like, just, like, you know, but it was always, like, I don't know, like, I just felt like it became oversaturated, and it's very sample-based. It's very heavy on sounds from other sources, you know, and I wanted to make original music, you know what I mean? So I think I'm going to revisit club music, but, you know, it's going to be like
on a larger scale, you think?
Yeah, like it's going to be like more universal. Like people are going to be able to understand the originality in it, and people are also going to go and like I'm gonna like throw vocals on that genre or something like that, you know. It's just going to be like crazy. Like it's going to be more unique than what is being presented in an oversaturated market, you know what I mean? So wait, oh my bad, should I not? Yeah. I think I have like, who else is some inspirations? Just real quick, Shonen and Sake Hands, who are two very low-key artists. Shonen's actually an artist from out here, and without him I wouldn't even be like on the scene. Like it was like, you know, and he's not as popping as he should be, but he actually inspired me to sing, was the first rapper to really get on my beats, and also was super hip to the culture. Like it was like, if I found out about a rapper, if I didn't find out from him, we would be able to talk about it. Right. Like, you know, like, cause he just was hip, you know. So, and then also Sake Hands is a duo out in Cali, and I'm actually, when I move to Cali, I'm moving in with them. Oh, nice. But they just make a lot of club influenced music too, but it's like R&B, and it's just like they really influenced me to sing too, really get out there. And a lot of my records that I do like on my own, like I have this one jump called Compressor, and that's, you know, co-produced by Sake Hands, you know what I mean? Like I just, you know, I'm just always working with them, so I'm really, you know, really big influences to me. Right. So who
I guess on a larger scale, who's someone I guess you were surprised that actually listened to some of your music or reached out for producing, or who's someone who, when they hit you, was like, whoa, this is kind of getting big?
Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty.
Yeah, like, I mean, Lil Yachty, like, of course, heard me off Homicide Boat, you know what I mean? I did the beat for Homicide Boat with Lil Dude and Gunu, and so of course Yachty was gonna hit me up, but still, regardless, I was like, damn, like, because the whole thing was, Yachty, I used to fuck with way back in the day in like 2015. Before he was popping at all, he had maybe, I saw him on Twitter having like 2,000 followers on Twitter, and I was like, yo, this guy's like kind of fire, like I want to work with him. And I remember hitting him up and being like, yo, let me send you beats. And he was like, gave me the email, but back then I didn't really I didn't understand how the culture worked of sending beats. Like, like back in the day,
from you?
Yeah, no, like back in the day, like I was sending like SoundCloud private links instead of like sending beats over email. Like I was like, do you like this beat before I send it to you? But people don't operate like that, like in rap music. Like, keep it a buck with you, like I talked to Take Hay about having songs in 2015. He was like, word, send me beats. And I was like, yo, peep this beat. I sent him like a SoundCloud private link, and nobody wants no SoundCloud private link. So it was like, we just never worked on anything. It was just like, damn. But it'd be like that. Like, but Yachty definitely was like, regardless of having run-ins with him in the past and then now, like, I was just like, damn, like, shoot. Okay, shoot, I'm on his radar. He's paying attention. Some people don't even pay attention to their producers. Like, he hit me up on his own and was like, load me up. I was like, alright, chief, like, let's get to it, you know what I mean? So, but, there's a ton of people that also listen to music I produce, which is, kind of crazy when I had seen it. Like, I don't know, like Lucky. He used to go by Lucky X. He's a rapper out of Chicago. He's super fire and a really big influence to me, just in general, just to my person. Like, his music is ethereal. Who else? Of course, Hushhh Pablo Juan. Like, I was listening to Pablo Juan before I was listening to any of the guys that I produced for. So it was like,
how did that connection come about?
Pablo?
Yeah.
Well, the Pablo thing happened because I was working with Lil Dude. And Lil Dude happened because I was working with my homie. He goes by Rest. And me and Rest just like are really close. That's like my brother. And he was having Lil Dude through his crib to record. He was like, I need beats. I was like, I got beats. Just so happened that like my junks with Lil Dude ended up going the craziest out of all the junks on what was his mixtape, 2.0. Yeah. So then it was just kind of like a staple thing. People were singing my tag, round around that compressor with my little bro Good Intent. Like, people were just like associating that with that. You know what I mean? So then it was like, I'm surprised though, because I've never talked to Pablo Juan. I've talked to Yachty. I've talked to like K Supreme. I've talked to like anyone else associated with those guys, like Duop Kane. Never talked to Hushhh Pablo Juan. Like,
Maybe that's coming in the future though.
Hopefully, you never know what could happen. I really do love him. So I love his work so much. Like, crazy, man.
About the Little Dude mixtape that resonated with people.
I don't know. I think it's just authentic production. Like, really, like, it's weird being like the person I am, like being outside of the hood shit, but like producing for people that are making it. But the thing is, like, when you have your ears set and you maintain yourself and your person, like, if you just hold yourself down, you know what I mean, but you still have your ear to like what people want to hear and what's authentic, that's how you'll make the most authentic work. Because I'm not trying to fake, I'm not trying to be anyone I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, that's corny.
And you think that what I guess sets you apart from other producers? Or
I think so, yeah. Like, I think I was just always trying to do me, and I wasn't worried about climbing. I'm not worried about placements. Man, Marty Valentine is the alter ego to this. Well, actually, no, scrap that. Marty Valentine is the character in the story of Good Intent. Good Intent is a story about a story about seeking love, about wanting love, but always just coming into run-ins, always something goes wrong. And I'm young, like I just turned 18, but I'll be so pressed, like I'd be pressed like I want to get married tomorrow, like type shit, like, but yeah. It's always like, you know, it's always, you know, something with girls, you know, be getting into it, going through it. I got a girl, like, you know, and she fucks with me, I fuck with her, and it's straight, like, but it still be like, you know, I wish things, you know, things could always be better, so I'm always trying to better myself as a person. I'm always trying to see other people be better for themselves and for others, you know what I mean? So right. I think it's a lot that just has to do with, you know, just self-improvement, you know, and seeing where things go. I freestyle a lot of my music. After I seen Lil Dude and Gunu, how they record,
it changed your process up
it changed my whole process. I was writing and then I just started freestyling, and, you know, I just, like, you know, I don't know. I have a record called Designer Things that's like completely just me freestyling, but it's like me singing though. It's not like, you know. But then there's also, I have a unreleased song that people keep pressing me to release called Lil Cupid, and Lil Cupid is like, you know, it's like Hood Rich Pablo Juan, Lil Dude, Flow, but it's me singing, and like people are complete, like people don't even make the connection because it's pretty unique, you know what I mean? Like it's just unique within itself. Like, but I just talk about how I feel. Like I just say how I feel, and I try and say it in the coolest way possible. You know, so I try to say it in a way that's, you know, not some cornball shit, because, you know, it couldn't be me.
Yeah. How was that that introduction? What
Man,
was that like?
Kilo's like my sister. Like I have business associates in the game, like kind of some of the people that I worked with that I've mentioned thus far are kind of like more business associates, but like Kilo Letitia is my sister. Like I love her to death. Like I'll just be FaceTiming her, just like, what's good with you? She'd be like, I'm at work, chill. I'm doing this, chill. I'm like, no, I'm trying to speak with you. You're my sister. I gotta look out. You know, so, you know, that's like, I don't know, like how we got introduced was also through Rest.
But I guess who's some of the, like, some artists that you dream of working with?
Are you hip to Valet? So he Valet's vicious. Okay. He what can I say? He signed with Good Music recently. Okay. But he was on Kanye's album, but that's not even, I heard him like before on his own shit. Like he was just making vicious music with the homies, actually, with my homie DJ Bands. My homie DJ Bands, who's hood rich, actually got me hip to Valet, and I was like, but I didn't even really tune in until like, you know, a few months ago. And then when I got tuned in, I was like, yeah, this man's the future. Valet, definitely get hip. Who else do I really want to work with, man? Bally Baby. I really fuck with Bally Baby.
Yeah, she hard.
Yeah, I just fuck with her whole image. Like she's not afraid to just be like on some rock star shit sometimes, but also be on some like trap star shit sometimes. So like, and I think she can rap. Like, you know.
Yeah, she
like,
definitely can.
Who else is someone I really want to work with? Oh, Tierra Whack. Yo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Tierra Whack. Yeah. Out Philly, the most vicious female to ever do it. Listen, I will say, like, a lot of these girls in the game right now are just 10 times more vicious than the men in the game, bro. Like, I'd say Tierra Whack. Like, of course, we want to say Tierra Whack, the most vicious female to ever do it, because, you know, we care about empowering our women, you know. So we're just trying to say, yo, you're crazy and you're a girl, you know. But also, Tierra Whack is just one of the craziest to ever do it, period, you know? Right. It goes both ways. Like, that Whack world is like some of my favorite shit I've heard. Another person I really want to work with, like I would die to work with, is 03 Greedo. Okay. 03 Greedo, Al Cali, man. Yeah. Vicious. Like, definitely another one of the most vicious to ever do it. Like, all these artists I'm naming, bro, like, influenced the shit out of me. Like, also, I mentioned Lucky out of Chicago. Shit, who else? of course, you know, the bigger names like Lil Uzi, Chief Keef, you know, people like that I'd love to work with, you know, just chop it up, you know, and kind of, you know, I feel like when you listen to their music, you get an understanding of their musical. They're beyond, they're on their own shit, but they're still musical. Like, they would still be open to alternative sounds, which is something I feel as if I can provide. Also, as soon as Big Flock get out, that's my man. He's vicious. He's super duper vicious, and I feel like the whole DMV has been out of whack since Big Flock got locked up.
You think so?
Yeah, bro. Everybody used to be cool. Everybody used to be cool. If you see videos and pictures prior to my existence in the game of people kicking it, bro, like, I'm not gonna say no names, but you know, people coming for each other, you know, physically hurting and stealing things from each other. I've seen pictures of them kicking it together, bro, back in the day when things were cool, and it felt to me like everyone was, and this is just how I see it though, is that, you know, everybody was under, you know, Big Flock. Like, Big Flock was like the man, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like the big boss, and like everybody used to just look up to him and respect him because he was hella respected, you know? And then like when you lost that figure of something that, you know, people were looking up to and looking to see success in the DMV, you know, everybody's just
going crazy.
Yeah, things are just, you know, and now everybody's, it's like a free-for-all.
Niggas, they missing it.